Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. I am so excited today because today I'm doing my very first sketchbook tour, and this has been a long time in the making. I cannot wait to show you guys what's going on in this book, and I have seen a couple of examples on YouTube on how to do it. I've seen various videos here and there from sketchbooks, tours, and I just thought, you know what, I want to do one. Hopefully I do a good job. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and before I get started, I want to make a few notes about this book here. This book was started in 2022, obviously. I believe it was started in September, and I recently finished it. This book I got from Dollar Tree. Yes, Dollar Tree has sketchbooks, and I'm not gonna lie, the paper from this book is actually pretty trash. The paper's so thin, it's really hard to work with, but I decided to just take it and just use it and just see if I could work with it, to see if this could be like a challenge, to see if I could turn it around into my favor. Now this whole book is done with a ballpoint pen. You will see some color. I used Ohuhu markers with it, but marker doesn't seem to work too well with this kind of thin paper, but you know what, I just decided to go for it. So let's go ahead and start. All right, so we have my name, the year that it was done, and first we have here is Groot, aka Baby Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I absolutely loved that movie, and I really wanted to try my hand in drawing this. I thought the pen would give me a really good texture when it comes to Groot, because you know he's like a tree kind of thing, and I think I did pretty good here with the shading and the look of the character. I also added the white in the eyes and the brown using Posca markers. I also decided to write his name in there, and I just had a lot of fun with this one. It looks pretty cool to me. Oh, and side note, this whole sketchbook is done with cartoons and anime and movie characters we've seen before. This next drawing I did here was of Takeoff from Migos. As we all know, he died earlier this year in October, and I wanted to honor him by doing a little drawing, a little, you know, RIP. I'm not really all that great at drawing real people, because usually when I try to draw real people, they end up turning out to be really cartoony. But I really wanted to give this a go and try it out, you know, because it's not every day that I get to draw real people. I usually stick to like anime characters and stuff. There is just my comfort zone. But I do intend on working on more of real people, real life stuff. So this is my first go at drawing a real person in a real long time. So RIP Takeoff, he was a good rapper. Now we're moving on to Homelander from The Boys. This was a drawing I did a few months back. I had just finished watching Homelander tearing up the screen in season 3 of The Boys. I thought Anthony Starr did a great job portraying his character. He always has, and the Homelander character has always interested me, and I wanted to give it a go once again of drawing a real person, and I think this was pretty good. I really like the shading. The only thing I was scared of when it comes to drawing real people is to get them to look like the actual person, but I think I captured it pretty well. I really like how I did the eyes. I wanted to do it red because, you know, he's always shooting like these red lasers out of his eyes. So I really like what I did. I actually just like it more than I did it in pen. I've been drawing a lot in pen these past few months, and I've really grown to like it, and I'm going to continue doing that. Not to say that I won't do any other mediums, but I will definitely be doing a lot more pen work when it comes to like rough sketches and stuff. And we have another villain from a comic book called Invincible. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen it. Omni-Man from Invincible, Invincible's father. I thought he was a pretty interesting villain, and I really wanted to do a sketch. I believe this was the scene when he pops in and almost kills the Immortal in the first episode, when he looks back at the was it the Justice League, or was it the, I don't know, bootleg Justice League? Bootleg Justice League, when he looks back at them ready to kill them and all that. So yeah, once again, this was a really fast sketch. And side note here, all the sketches I do in pen are very fast. These drawings did not take very long at all, usually between 5 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the most. But when I'm drawing in pen, it's usually just for rough sketches and a quick exercise, just to warm up and to give myself something to draw. They're not really, these drawings aren't really taken very serious. That's why they look kind of rough with the shading and all that. Usually when I do more serious drawings, it's usually with pencil and ink and colors and markers. You will see some of my pen drawings have a bit of color, but not totally in color. So these are very fast sketches. These are just something that I can do within like 5 to 15 minutes. But I actually like these quick little sketches because it just gives me a challenge. Working in pen is a challenge because you can't erase, and whatever marks you put on the paper you can't take back really. So it offers me a great opportunity to practice. Practice makes better. Don't be ashamed to work in pen. Working in pen is awesome. Don't bag on it. Give it a shot. Now here we have Onslaught from the Marvel comic books. This is a picture that I found online on Google of Onslaught from the Marvel vs. Capcom video game. I decided to do a sketching of him. I've always liked Onslaught, and I thought this was a pretty cool image, and I really wanted to capture this in like a lot of shadings, a lot more darker. This is where I started to work more on my shading when it comes to pen. There's some shading parts where it's light, and there's some that goes darker. This is where I really started to like really hammer home on that skill with a pen, you know. And I really like what I did here. I even added a little blue and white to the eyes because his eyes are blue. I really like where this went, and I like the fact that this was exactly from the picture, and it actually fits the size of the paper. So this was a really good sketch. I really like this. And here we have Galactus, the possible new villain for the MCU. Yeah, I actually kind of mixed about this drawing. I like the head part. The head part looks cool. It's the body that kind of gets on my nerves because he has a lot of like parts and stuff. I wasn't really feeling the body too much at all. I was kind of like not happy about it, but the head part that I was really cool with. I like the blue and white in the eyes again. I even added it to the spots on his body where it would normally be glowing white and blue. So that was a good move on my part. Again, with the shading, really homing in on the lighter shading and darker shading of the pen. And I ran through like, I think like maybe 5 pens through this sketchbook, like 5 pens. And here we have Billy Butcher from The Boys season 3. He was definitely a standout character on that season. On this drawing here, I was actually quite impressed that I got a few things right. This drawing is actually interesting because for me, it doesn't really look like Billy Butcher until I look hard enough. But there's a couple of little mistakes that I made on here that I wish I had caught earlier and it was able to correct it, or maybe paid more attention to it. Like the eyes a little bit messed up. I don't really like the eye here. And this, I think I did the teeth a little too dark, but I do like the way I shaded the hair. The hair I think is on point, but certain things like that kind of just bum me out. And I did also add a little bit more color because, you know, in season 3, Billy is shooting lasers out of his eyes, like this yellow orange lasers and stuff. But for the most part, I think I did a pretty decent job. I still need to work on drawing real people, so I think I did okay there. Definitely needs more work. And now we have Invincible from the TV show and the comic. This show really impressed me a lot. I have heard of Invincible way back in the days, like way back in the early 2010s. I never got a chance to read his comic, but I didn't know his comic involved like superpowered characters. You know, he could fly around, he was super strong, pretty invulnerable, whatever. So when they finally brought it to Amazon, I was really excited and it did not disappoint. This is probably one of the few drawings in here where it's completely colored. So I started out doing pen, and then I ended up using Ohuhu markers to color it in. And this was tough because the paper was kind of breaking down on me. Like it almost like bleed completely through, like almost tore to the next page. So that was actually pretty not fun. And plus the colors got pretty muddy, I'm guessing because of the pen. The ink from the pen muddied the color from the markers. So I learned my lesson on that. But for all the things that was going against me in this drawing, I think it turned out pretty good. And now here we have Batman. I wanted to honor Kevin Conroy. We lost him this year. The voice of Batman through so much mediums. I'm really happy with this sketch here. This was a pretty easy sketch, and I wish I had did more of shading, like darker with Batman in this drawing. But for what I did, I actually really did like it. This was pretty kind of emotional for me too. You know, Kevin Conroy, he was you know, just a great Batman, you know, probably the best Batman to ever live ever. Voices and stuff and so much media. He will greatly be missed, so I did want to honor him with this drawing here. Hopefully you guys like it too. And here we have Unalaq from the Korra series, the Legend of Korra. I was watching Legend of Korra. I had watched it way back in the day, but I had decided to rewatch it just to refresh my memory on what happened in the show. And there was this one scene, I believe, where Unalaq had like red eyes or something. I think he had the spirit of Vaatu inside of him. So I decided to do this sketching of Unalaq. Once again, I do like what I did, but I think I did the head too long and it should have been more wide. And I definitely should have darkened some of the shading around the hair and around the neck area down here and down here with the clothes. But at the very least, what I'm proud of, it's recognizable when you see it. And if you've seen the series, you'll be like, oh, that's Unalaq. So really cool about that. Once again, I decided to add the red eyes with, I used Posca markers this time. I used the red Posca marker for the eyes. So I need to work more on the shading, and I also need to work more on like the face and how to structure that better. Like I said, it is, I think, too wide. No, it's too long and it's not wide enough. And now here we have my buddy Coon from Bleach. Fun character. Recognizable little teddy bear guy from the Bleach anime. I wanted to do like a really cute anime character that day when I drew this, and I thought, oh, what about Cone from Bleach? So I found a pretty good reference photo online, and the video I did upload to YouTube, the shorts video, was it actually did pretty well, and a lot of people liked it, so I'm really happy about that. By the way, every drawing in this book the process was recorded. If you want to go see those videos, you can go to my YouTube Shorts tab, or I'll just link all the videos in the description. But I did all the recordings. You can see them all. They're about 15 to 20 seconds long. But there you go. Cone. And here we have Happy. I think I drew this on the same day I drew Cone. I remember this character from Fairy Tail. I remember watching Fairy Tail a few years ago. I didn't finish it, but I will finish it one of these days. It's on my bucket list. And I remember this character Happy. He's like this little blue cat with wings. I really like the drawing. I think he's a really cute and funny character, but I do have a few problems with the drawing. Like, I feel like this part, the head, like the eyes and the mouth should be turned just a bit this way, and I should have probably drew it a little smaller or moved the character and started here so you can see more of the wings. But this was done really fast. Like, all these drawings were done really extremely fast. So for being done pretty fast, I think I did okay. Here we have what's his name, Kenpachi from Bleach. This was a pretty tricky drawing because I've never been a fan of Kenpachi's hair. The character's cool, I just never liked his hair. His hair is very spiky and it's kind of complicated and stuff. So I think I kind of messed up on the hair a little bit. I think if you can see, but once again, it is recognizable. If you see it, you'll know that's Kenpachi. But yes, the hair is definitely tricky, but I do like the shading I have in the eye patch and the neck area. Maybe I should have went a little darker here. I do like the shading here. I like the way I shade with pen. I like the way I do it. But once again, I probably might redo Kenpachi sometime in the future, a better drawing, and get the hair right a little bit. Now we have Rorschach from the Watchmen. I really like the Watchmen comic. I thought Rorschach was definitely one of my favorite characters. Very interesting character with the mask. The mask to me is my favorite part of Rorschach, and I had a lot of fun doing this because you could literally do anything on his mask. All you got to do is take like a Sharpie like I did and just kind of scribble and make dots and swirls and stuff, I thought. And then I thought, why not just make the whole thing dark? Like, I mixed Sharpie and pen work here. I did it in pen first and then I darkened it up with Sharpie. And I definitely wanted to darken this up here with a Sharpie. But I like what I did here. I definitely probably should have made these lines, should have varied them a little bit, make them smaller or thinner, some thick. That was my mistake on there. But I really like what I did here. Definitely recognizable. It was done very quick. Like I said, these were like really quick, you guys, like very fast. Now we have Rayquaza, probably one of my favorite dragon type Pokemon. I love the design. I've always loved his design. I like the way I shaded it. Of all the times I've ever drawn Rayquaza, I think this is probably one of my favorite ones, how I've done it. Now, I did pull this reference online, and the body was kind of contorted just a bit, and I kind of ran into a little problem here, but I ended up just going through with it and just like, you know what, let's just do it like that and move the tail behind him, and then boom, right there. And I did use a black marker to darken up the eyes and the line parts on his body. I like the way I shaded it. Definitely recognizable. A lot of people said they liked the drawing. It was really good. Some people actually want to see me do the mega evolution of this. I think I've seen the mega evolution a few times. It's very complicated. It has all these like stuff on there, but I will definitely give that a try one of these days. Here we have Goku, Son Goku. This is him, I believe, flying towards battle. I definitely do like what I did here, but I should have probably darkened up the hair a little bit more. I think the body is fine, everything except the hair. I probably should have probably just colored it with a Sharpie black and just did it like that. But other than that, I really like the drawing. Maybe I should have scooted the drawing over just a bit, like start the head like here instead of here, so you can see more of the arm and leg, and probably darken up the what do you call that part, his belt or his sash. Darken up that part right there so you could see it more. But once again, yeah, I like what I did here. Definitely, I love when Goku's in action. Goku, Dragon Ball is one of my, if not my favorite anime of all time. Is definitely the one that influenced me as a child. Really cool stuff there. And here we have, I'm sorry, I cannot say his name. I can't pronounce his name, but you guys know who this is for my anime fans out there. His name is kind of hard to say, but this was actually pretty interesting because I believe my nephew or someone asked me to try doing this, and I said okay, fine. And I looked up a reference. I've not watched this anime yet, but I thought the character was very interesting. He has all these tribal markings and it looks like claws and sharp teeth. This demonic look, but I was like, wow, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. So I think I did pretty good. I think the shading in here, I think, was great with the pen work. He has like 4 eyes, I think, and all these markings, and the hair was kind of tricky, but I think I got it right. And anybody who's a fan of this anime would see this would definitely be like, hey, it's that character. Forgive me, the name is kind of hard to say, so I'm not even gonna attempt to say it, but anybody who watched this anime knows who this is. Now we have Toshiro Hitsugaya. Funny I can say that name. Actually, I had to practice saying his name when I was watching the anime back then. But anywho's, we have Toshiro, you know, the master of ice, with his Bankai. I really wanted to do, I think I held a poll on, I think I said, which one should I draw next? Should I draw Hitsugaya, or should I draw, what's the guy with the petals? Byakuya. Yes, Byakuya. And people chose Hitsugaya, so I ended up drawing him. I did added a little bit of color, like some kind of like cloud, like mist or something, like he's about to activate the Bankai. But this is probably one of my least favorite drawings in this book because the face, I totally botched it. It doesn't really look like Hitsugaya that much. I mean, you clearly see it, yes, it's him, but the face, I totally botched it here. The sword also, it's botched. This was done like super duper fast. This is probably the one I don't really like that much at all. The shading I do like, but it's just not Hitsugaya. It almost looked like a completely different character to me. It may look like that to you guys, but to me it was just very, whoa, what the hell. And here we have Goku, GT Goku. I was a bit conflicted on this because this was supposed to be Kid Goku, but I drew him way too tall, so he ended up looking like adult Goku with GT, with the GT Dragon Ball GT clothes. And I thought, wow, I really messed up on that one. But once again, I did like what I did here, even though he's too tall. So I guess you would say this is adult Goku, not Kid Goku. But I do like what I did here, and I also decided to like turn the sketchbook on its side and draw it. Don't be afraid to turn your sketchbooks, you guys. Turn it upside down, turn it sideways to draw, make it interesting. Then I decided to add the little Dragon Ball 4-star Dragon Ball here. But yeah, I like it, even though it's not Kid Goku from GT. And here we have a sketch of Pluto. I did this on Thanksgiving. And I wanted to do a Thanksgiving drawing that day, and I found this really cool reference of Pluto online, and I decided, hey, well, let's give it a shot. I thought that was really cute. I should have probably darkened it up just a bit more. There's really no shading on here. This was really basic, really fast, but the reference picture didn't have any shading either, so maybe that's why I didn't shade it. But yeah, I think this is spot on, and people instantly recognized what this was when I showed the video. When I posted the video online, people instantly knew like that was Pluto, and he's in like Thanksgiving gear. But yeah, this was a really cute drawing. Yeah. And here we have Pikachu sitting on a Pokeball. I really like the Pokemon anime. I grew up on Pokemon. I grew up on a lot of stuff, but Pokemon definitely was one of those ones I grew up on a lot. I remember for a time there, I could tell you every Pokemon from Kanto region all the way up to, I believe, Johto. No, I'm sorry, not Johto. What is it? Hoenn. Hoenn. I could tell you all the Pokemons from Kanto to Hoenn. Yeah, but I've always had a problem drawing Pikachu, especially when I was a kid. Pikachu was always a weird one. For some reason, not a lot of Pokemon gave me trouble when I draw them, but Pikachu always ended up looking weird all the time. I never understood it. It's like, what's so hard about drawing this little yellow mouse for some reason? But this time I think I got it right. I do like how I have it positioned on the Pokeball. I'm not even sure if I got this from an online image, if I just decided to add the Pokeball last minute. I don't really remember, but I'm glad I added the Pokeball to give it a little extra element. I'm still trying to work on my shapes because this isn't completely round. I kind of messed up a little bit, but to give it that shine, also I added the Posca white into the eyes. I also darkened it, I believe, with it. I believe that's the pen. Yeah, I think that's the pen. Yeah, I darkened it up with the pen, and then I put the white with Posca marker white. But I think this is really cute. This is probably one of the best Pikachu drawings I've ever done, because Pikachu, like I said, has just always been hard for me. I don't know why. Pikachu is hard for me to draw. It's really interesting. I could draw almost all Pokemons no problem, but Pikachu's the one that's just always just been like the weird one, where it always ends up looking too fat, too skinny, or too wide, or too thin, or just weird, or just, I don't know. But I think I did a pretty good job here. Zabuza from Naruto. I've always had a liking for Zabuza. I thought he was a dope character, and it also just brings me back to a time when Naruto wasn't all about, you know what I'm saying, big explosion and Dragon Ball Z power-ups kind of thing. This was like the very simple era of Naruto. Ninja killing ninja, using sneaky tactics, you know, hiding in the mist and shadows. This guy was the epitome of a silent killing ninja. I've always liked his look, his design. I've always liked the voice. I've always just liked that saga there, and I kind of missed that era of Naruto where it was just strictly ninja on ninja. It wasn't necessarily about aliens and gods and shooting energy blasts that are able to destroy mountains. Like, what in the world? Not to say those things aren't fun, but I just kind of also miss the way Naruto used to be. I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but I do. And here we have Saitama from the One Punch Man series. I really like how this sketch came out. I really like how I incorporated a lot more darkness into the drawing here. I think the shading for me is on point with the pen. I like the way I shaded with my pen. I think I got the proportions right. Now, I remember on TikTok, someone told me I needed to work on the head because it wasn't like completely round or whatever. And I had to tell them, like, hey, like, thanks for the comment, but, you know, these drawings, like I said, are done like really fast. Like really fast. So the person understood. Someone else also told me that Saitama's costume does not have a zipper, but this is directly from a picture I found online, and it did have a zipper, so I just decided to add the zipper. But I like what I did here. I've always loved the One Punch Man anime. I've always loved Saitama. He's a cool character. I think I caught his look great. Everybody can see that it's him. It's recognizable. The shading's on point. The proportions on point. I like where it is in the sketchbook. I don't think I made mistakes on that. I like it exactly where it is on the paper. This is awesome. And that is it, you guys. That is the end of my sketchbook tour 2022. I can't believe I just can't believe I finished the sketchbook and now I'm presenting it to you guys. It just kind of makes me a little nervous. I know everybody have seen the videos online. If you haven't seen it, you can go see it. But it just makes me a little nervous, just, you know, showing people what's in my book. But I'm proud of this book. I'm glad I was able to accomplish what I accomplished in here. Nothing but pen and a bit of color in here, and it's just, I'm proud of this book. I'm proud of what I've been able to accomplish with this, especially this kind of paper. This paper is very bad, you guys. It's terrible. It's awful. The paper is just so thin, it's ridiculous. You can't really do anything on there but sketch with pencil or some kind of ink pen or pen or something. Like adding color and stuff, it's like a big no for this one. But I did end up buying 2 of these, so you may see in the future I will do another sketchbook tour, and it will be in the other green Dollar Tree book that I bought, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, this is definitely like a practice sketchbook, just to, you know, get some stuff down, just a drawing a day. I always try doing a drawing a day, no matter what. If you're drawing, it doesn't matter if you're drawing a bowl of fruits or your favorite cartoon or stuff you see in real life. It doesn't matter. Draw every day if you're an artist. It'll make you a better artist. You'll learn a lot by doing that. So thank you guys so much for tuning into my video, my very first sketchbook tour. Hopefully it comes out good, and you guys can, you know, like and comment, share the video. Hopefully I was an entertaining host. I hope I didn't say anything stupid. Everything I said was pretty helpful. I want to give out more helpful tips. Someone did actually mention to me if I should do tutorials. I don't know. I've never taught anybody how to draw. I don't know about that. But if you want tips on what stuff that I know, I'm more than welcome to give tips in videos and stuff. So thank you guys for tuning into the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. I will see you guys in the next video that I'm coming out with sometime in the coming weeks. I'll see you guys later. Peace.